my name is Lila Gertner, and today I will be going over a crochet rose pattern. You can choose to make your rose with any color that you would like, but today I will be making a white one. So get ready to make a crochet rose with me. I hope you enjoy the pattern. Alright, so the things you will need for this pattern are two different colors of yarn, so green for the stem and for the leaves, and white for the rose. You will also need a crochet hook. I've chosen a 5.5 crochet hook today, and you will also need a crochet needle, a yarn needle, to then weave in the ends. Alright, so step 1, we're going to start with the white yarn to make our rose petals, and so I am going to then make a loop, it's actually a slip knot, and put my yarn needle through here, basically casting on the yarn, slip knot onto the needle, and then I will chain 46 chains. So what I do is I yarn over and I pull my hook through, that's one chain. So you're going to do that 46 times, that's the first step. So you can see here I have a very long chain. There are 46 chains here. The next step is to then single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So not the first one that's right next to it, but one over. And you're going to single crochet in that stitch. And then you're going to crochet a single crochet in every other chain here until you get to the end. So in total you'll have 45 stitches of single crochet. To do a single crochet, you're going to take your hook, and we said put it into the second chain just like this. You're going to yarn over and pull through the first loop, and you'll have two little loops on your hook, and then you're going to yarn over again and pull through all of the loops, and that is your first single crochet. So you will do that again in the next chain, through the loop, yarn over, through once, yarn over, through two, and then you will keep doing that until you get to the end. So total, like I said, 45 stitches. Just finished doing my single crochets all the way across here. What you're going to do to finish this is do one chain, and then you're going to turn the whole row, and then you're going to start the second row, and you're going to start with a single crochet in the first stitch. So go through, yarn over, single crochet, okay? And then you're going to skip the next stitch. Just going to not do anything in that stitch. Then you're going to double crochet the next one over to your left, but it would be to the right in the video, to your left as you're looking at it. So to do a double crochet, you yarn over, you would then put it in the second one from your, going from right to left. Then you're going to yarn over, go through two loops, yarn over, go through two loops. So that's the first double crochet. Then you're going to chain one. Now you're going to do that 3 more times. So you're going to double crochet in the same stitch that you just did and chain one. Then you're going to do another double crochet and chain one, and then another double crochet. Okay, so I'll do that now. So double crochet, chain, that's my second double crochet, then I'm going to do a third double crochet in the same stitch, This is creating our petal. And now our fourth double crochet in the same stitch. And I don't do a chain after that double crochet. Then in the next, not actually the next stitch, I'm going to skip another stitch, and then I'm going to do a single crochet in the next one over. So after I've done my double crochet, my fourth double crochet here, I'm going to skip a stitch and do a single crochet. Alright, so we've been creating, that's what it should look like. If you can kind of see what it looks like, it's a little bump. That is a petal. And we're going to do that 11 times. So we've done one, we're going to do 10 more of that same little petal. So I'm going to keep going, and then I will show you what it'll look like before we then put the rows together. We're going to wind it and stitch it together to make it look like this. And then I will teach you how to do the petals and put the stem on. Alright, so I've finished all of my little petals. You can see there, it doesn't lie flat, it kind of curves a little bit. That's okay. There's 11 petals on here. So what we are going to do now is we're going to fasten it off, or cut off an end here, but we are going to need some yarn at the end to then fasten it together. So, you know, leave about this much. You can cut that. And what I do, pull the loop bigger on the end here where my crochet hook was, and I put the yarn through the hole here, and then I pull it tight. And then now we are ready to then start rolling it together. So what you're going to do is start rolling the yarn together so that the flat edge is flat on the bottom. Okay, you want to roll it tightly. Oh. So yeah, like I was saying, you want to roll it tightly so that it's flat on the bottom. Okay, so the petals are up and it's flat on the bottom here. Roll it all the way around. And basically, you will have formed your rose. It's flat on the bottom here, and the petals are wavy on the top, and then we have to stitch it together. So that's why you have this yarn needle, and then you will string on the yarn, and you will loop it through all of the bottom edges that are flat. You'll want to do that 3 times. So I'm going straight through the bottom here. So I'm catching all the ends. 1. I can move it and go through all of them again in a different direction, and turn it just a 90-degree angle, go through all of them again. and pull it taut. Don't pull it super tight. You still want it to be flat on that bottom. And one more time here. There we go. Now, all I have left to do is weave in the ends. Take it off my yarn, needle here. So, I can cut it a little bit shorter because I have lots of extra, and I will weave in my two ends here. So after I've woven in the ends, there won't be any strings left, and that's what your rose looks like. Now we're going to move on to the petals. So you will need your green yarn. Still, you will need your same size crochet hook. So same thing as last time, you are going to put your yarn on your hook with a slip knot, and this time you're only going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then for the first round, you are going to then single crochet in the 5th chain, which is basically the first chain of where you started, but it's 5th away from the hook. You'll basically create a little loop. You can see there. Then you will single crochet in each stitch around the circle. Alright, so you should end up with something looking like this. It's a little tiny little crochet circle, and then what you're going to do is single crochet in the next stitch and chain 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Alright, you have your chain of 4. Now you're going to single crochet in the second stitch from the chain hook, and you will do 3 of those. So not the first chain from where your hook is, but the next one and the next 2 after that. Alright, so you basically have one of the little petals, and you are going to then do that until you go all the way around. Sometimes you can make more than 5 little petals depending on how big your middle circle is. Mine's a little bit bigger this time because the rose is bigger than my other ones. So we'll see what size it is by the end. Alright, so I am done the little petals with the leaves here. That goes under the rose. I cut off the ends and I'm going to weave them in, and then we will move on to the stem. Alright, for the stem I'm going to use a pipe cleaner that's green. It's about the same color as the thread yarn here. Fold it in half and cut it. You can really use any length of pipe cleaner, any length of stem. I think half a pipe cleaner is long enough. Then you're going to put it through the bottom of these little green petals. They're kind of curving down, and that's good. You want to go through the bottom here. Trying to find the middle. Okay, and then you're going to basically take your rows, and it might be tricky. So this is the flat part here. I'm going to basically poke it through some of the string and then fold it down, and then I'm going to twist it, okay, so that it doesn't come off. It's going to be a little tricky for me, but see if we can do it. Oh, this one was easier than my other ones. Okay, so I put it through here. You can see the other end. I'm going to fold it and then twist it so it doesn't come off. It's attached pretty well there. I'm going to push up these little leaves. They're folding down like that. Looks good so far. I actually didn't weave in the ends. I'm going to use these to tie on to the pipe cleaner. Just going to tie them on here and knot it. Tie it a few times. I'm going to cut the one piece of yarn shorter. And then what I did with my other roses is I attached some more green yarn and I wrapped it around the whole pipe cleaner stem. So you can decide what you want to do. This is what I did. This is how it looks for this purple rose. Right now, this is what this looks like. It looks fine the way it is, actually. You could just leave it like this if you want, but I'm going to then attach more green yarn and then just wrap it around the whole stem all the way down, and sometimes I go back up again just to make sure that it's not rough, because sometimes the pipe cleaner will show through, and then I'll tie it off and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Alright, so here you have it. I finished winding the yarn around the pipe cleaner, and I'm finished teaching you guys how to crochet a rose. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.